Joining me today. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Rose, and today I'm going to go over different items that you can use to start your skincare line. So in my last video, I talked about candle making supplies and pretty much what you need to start up or even as a hobby. So in this video, it's going to be strictly towards skincare products. So let's get started. So before I begin the video, I wanted to say if you are making skincare products, you have to be extra careful, especially, I'm not sure when you're watching this video, but we are in a pandemic right now, and therefore we must sanitize. So with me, I have purchased, I'm going to start with my first item, which is this box of gloves I got from Walmart. They're just plain blue gloves. You can get any gloves, the clear ones, as long as you can sanitize your hands. Of course, you need to wash your hands before. I don't think I need to say that, but you need to wash your hand. I actually use some sanitizer to wipe them before I put them in the gloves. I also have this little spray bottle from the Dollar Tree that actually I put some alcohol in here, and I'll spray down the counter, wipe it off completely, as well as my hands if I don't have any sanitizer in hand. So that is extremely important. So I will also say too that I have a list of suppliers that I use personally to purchase items, but that can get pretty pricey, especially if the suppliers you have to purchase in mass. You have to purchase 24 or 48. When you're starting a business, you don't necessarily, you want to test to see what works, what doesn't work, what sizes the customers are looking for. So it's a little tricky to use some of these suppliers, especially when you have to buy, okay, a tub of 8 pounds. So please don't feel pressured by any of the things that I show you, because you can definitely start small. And for that, Amazon is the best place that you can find small container packages or different things, and I'll go through them right now. And I'll also leave the link below just to show you, where exactly you can get the items I'm talking about. And some of these things I actually did get from Amazon. So the first thing I'll start with are containers. So this one is where I put my body butters as well as my foaming bath wash. And you can use it for anything. I've seen people use these for bath salts, for any bath and body product. So it's really simple. You can actually, some of the manufacturers, they sell a lid separate, just like the jars and the candles. So you'll have to purchase this and make sure that you have the right size to put on the top of this. So this is an 8-ounce container. I also do have, I believe this is 3 ounces. 3 ounces if I'm not mistaken, and this is a different size also. So I have different ones because I need them. I think this is a 4 ounce. I use these in my gift boxes all the time. So these are just different size containers that you will use, because you would need to put them in something when you're done. I also have here to show you the dropper bottles. These are good for oil. So I use this for my body oil and a hair oil. If you're starting a hair oil business, this is perfect. I actually do have several different sizes. This is I believe a 4-ounce size. I'll link it below again because I can't remember, but this definitely is something that looks professional. I actually started out with little plastic bottles. They didn't look too professional, and if you're using any essential oils in your product, the essential oil will actually break down the plastic over time. So you definitely want to invest in glass bottles. So I have here, so I have here also some envelopes. This is a little bit crazy. It's holographic, as you can see, but these are just little pouches that you can use for your bath salts. Oops. So these are little pouches that you can use for your bath salts. It opens on the top. It's called a Mylar bag. Again, I'm going to link the ones that I got these from Amazon as well. You kind of open it and you can actually seal it when you're done. Some of them are sealable with a flat iron. So next, I'm going to talk about a little bit more economical products that you can purchase at the Dollar Tree that, fairly easy to get. You could just go up, because right now it's a pandemic and it's hard for some of these suppliers to get the things that you need on time. Most of the items are back ordered, which is one of the challenges that I faced when I just started my business. I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find the jars without the tops. It was horrible. So Amazon, guys, and a Dollar Tree. So here's just some items quickly that I found at a Dollar Tree. So I need these. These are special. And remember, whatever you purchase for your business, please do not use these in your kitchen. I know it's needless to say, however, I just wanted to make that point clear. My KitchenAid that I use it strictly for my business. My spatulas, these containers are very handy for if you want to separate your different contents and color them differently. I also have these, which are measuring cups from the Dollar Tree as well. These are also good for measuring out fragrances. This is the main one that I use not only for my candle making, but also for my skincare as well. So I'm not sure what you guys are making from home, and again, when I dive into my actual products, I can definitely tell you where to get what specifically for that recipe. So, but just bear with me guys, I'm just going to go over a general overview of what you can purchase to if you're interested in certain products. So for example, this I purchased for my business from Amazon. Again, I'll link it below. So this is some small containers. I'll show you here. I have this one with a body butter in there, and pretty much it's just a tiny sample. I think it's 0.5 grams, but I will list it below. And it just has a little bit of body butter in there, just if you wanted to give it as a gift, or you know, a sample. Maybe if they purchase something and you have something similar that you think your customer might like, you put it in these little things, little jars there. And actually I have these as well that you can use for your samples. These are Mylar bags, again, just similar to this one, which you use your dry goods for. This is a smaller version, and this one you will use for samples. So here it has a slit on the bottom. It opens here, and you would put your product in, and then you'll seal it with typically a hair straightener. At least that's what I use, and then they can tear it at the top when you're ready to use it. This is handy for samples. If you don't, I think these are a little bit more economical than these over here, so you will choose what you would want, but you definitely want to put samples in there so people can try different products, something that they might not think they would like, but once they try it, they're hooked. And I find that a lot with my business. So these are for samples. So let's see, we can get into pigments. So depending on what you're making, I make body butters and I don't put any pigment in there just because I want to keep it as natural as possible. People can use it on their face, their body, their hair. So therefore I don't put any color in that, but I do put it in my my body scrubs and stuff like that, things that you can wash off and it doesn't necessarily stay on the body. So I have just two here to show you. I have these from Nurture Soap, and these are pretty good. They're well pigmented. Of course, they're safe to use on body products, and definitely they're very inexpensive. So you can definitely get some on Amazon. But just make sure they're body safe, and the colors are very pigmented. So this one says it's safe for the lips, the eyes, and for external use bath bombs, and so on and so forth. So this is good if you're looking to get something very pigmented for your products, right? All right, so the next thing I'm going to go into is embeds. This one is actually a shell. I got these from Amazon as well. I'm not sure if you can see that, but these are little shells that you can actually put. It looks so cute when you have your body scrubs and you just put that on there. Of course, my body scrub is foaming, so the soap and the soap, it goes together. So I use melt and pour, and I melt it and pour it in here with the color that I want, and I can sit it on top. So I do have a few. I have the shell, I have the star, I have the hearts, and I also have this larger one. This is good for if you're making bars of soap. I actually don't use this one just yet because I don't make soaps yet, and instead I might just buy the loaves instead of purchasing these small ones. But if you're just starting out, or if you just want to do it for fun or hobby, you can definitely purchase the silicone mold, and it works fine. All right, so now I'm gonna get actually I missed something from my Dollar Tree section. I also have this that I use to cut my my shea butter, my cocoa butter. So this is really cheap. It's $1, of course, and you can just use it to cut your items. It's a scraper. And I also do have this as well, which is a jar that I use to have my sugar and anything that you want, any dry goods that you want to store in here is good, so that you can keep yourself organized. All right, and So the next item I want to show you is the scale. I wanted to show this scale in my last video with my candle making, but this is actually the scale that I use to measure out my supplies. So if I'm using oils or fragrance or sugar, whatever you do, you tear the scale out and you can put your items in there. It has shea butter on it, which you'll find if you use shea butter, it is hard to come off of everything. So pretty much this is my scale that I use, and I got it from Amazon. I'll link it below as well. Okay, so I don't have much here left because of course I don't know exactly what you guys will be making. However, I do have fragrances as well. I have an essential oil here. This I got from Essential Depot, a good company to purchase from, with closest to natural skincare products, as well as I have this from Wholesale Supply Plus. And this is Crafter's Choice. It's their specific brand, but they have many different fragrances for body products. Another thing is coconut oil. Now this one I got from the grocery store. This is just unrefined. If you're purchasing anything and you want the best quality, make sure you go with unrefined products. I'm not sure if the lighting is doing this any justice, but this is a Greenwise virgin coconut oil and it is unrefined. This is what I use in a lot of my different items. I also use a lot of dry goods like this one. This is lavender. I purchased this from Amazon, and it's just the lavender petals that you can use. I also purchased my rose petals on there. I just wanted to show you one of them, and you can see here, I don't know if you can see that, but it is pretty much the small petals from the lavender. And I do have the rose one as well that I put in my luxury rose back product. And I also have sea salt. Okay, this is the dead sea salt, also from Amazon, and this is good to put in your bath soak. So I do a mixture of essential oils, this dead sea salt, as well as Epsom salt. You can put roses, dry products in there, and also oils to make your body soak better. But definitely this is one of the items that I do get off Amazon as well. So I missed this one earlier when I was talking about the jars that you can use. So for example, my 8-ounce jars, these are some little lids that you can use to actually keep the product inside, as well as if you're selling products, definitely want to use something like this to cover it up so during shipping your product doesn't move around too much. So it goes on the top of the lid like that, and you close it up, and it's a little bit, you know, it's going to be hard to spill during shipping. And something that I forgot to mention about the sanitizer is that whenever you're using packaging, you need to make sure that you sanitize it as well. You don't know where it's coming from, manufacturer. So I do spray some alcohol in there, wipe it out with a lint-free cloth, and that will help it to stay sanitized and ready. Also with these glass bottles, remember to wash these bottles with soap and water, preferably, because you don't know where they're coming from. But that's for a separate video. The only other thing I have to talk about is actual butters, which is very important to my business because it's based mostly on body products like bath butters and body washes and so on. So I do, forgive me, but I do have a large bottle here of shea butter. Shea butter is a little bit, I don't know if you can see this, but it's a little soft. You can see that there. It's soft and it's waxy. It's a little waxy, but this is definitely organic, unrefined, and this is what I use for my products because I want the best results for my customers. I also, sorry. So apart from shea butter, I also use this foaming bath whip from Wholesale Supplies Plus. This is a large container as well. This is one of my essential go-to products as well. We'll be making a lot of products with this coming up on my channel. And two more ingredients I want to show you. I got this off of Amazon, even though I do have a membership with Essentials Depot, but this is my kernel oil that I use, apricot kernel oil that I use for my body oil. And finally, this is my cocoa butter. This one is really hard. It's really hard to cut, so this comes in really handy to cut the actual butter, but this is my coconut butter I use. This one is fragrant, very chocolatey in scent. It smells amazing. So those are just some of the items that I quickly wanted to touch on today. There are many other things that I use. For example, I use soap colorant in, for example, something like a bath soak if I wanted to give it a color, and you know, just different little things like that. I also have my essential oil packets that I use. This I will link below. This is from Amazon. So there's many different things that you can use in your products, but it really depends on what you're making. So you could be making body butters, you could be just specialized in making body oils. It really depends. But I will dive in a little bit more once I get into my recipe. I hope what I have shared has helped you just get an insight of what you would need to start your business, or if you're just wanting to make something as a hobby, then you can definitely see what it is that you would need. In addition, I am going to make a separate video for packaging, for shipping. There's a few boxes that I purchased, as well as I use priority mail, as well as crinkle wrap and tissue paper. So I wanted to share that in a separate video because this video is already too long. But thank you for joining me today. Please remember to like and subscribe. Check the links below for all the items that I've shown you in this video today. And please follow me on Instagram. It's @lavishbutters. Thank you, and you have a good day.